Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Commerce Lab by Ecomcy, the place where everything related to Amazon FBA, private label, and e-commerce. My name is Vincenzo Toscano, your host, founder, and CEO of Ecomcy. And today we're bringing another special guest. Her name is Scarlett, all the way from China, and she's from the team of RFQ at Alibaba.com. And the reason why I wanted to bring Scarlett to the episode today is because she has something very interesting to show us about and talk us about, which is this amazing new tool that Alibaba.com is bringing to the market to help all the e-commerce sellers to find the perfect supplier for the product. So, Scarlett, thank you so much for coming to the show. It's a pleasure to have you here. How you doing? How's everything?
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me to join your interview. Thank you very much. I'm Scarlett from Alibaba.com RFQ team. So today I'm going to tell you how can Alibaba.com RFQ tool to help you find suitable suppliers for you and get a good price, and also save your time and money. So let's just start it by
Yeah.
interview Vincenzo about your experience on Amazon and which is associated or have some relationship with Alibaba.com. So can you show us what is your business and what are the co-product categories you operate in, or who do you serve for?
Yes, thank you so much, Scarlett. So, yes, myself, as you well know, and I talked to you when I was in China, visiting one of the Alibaba.com offices. Essentially, I have an agency which is Ecomcy, and we operate across pretty much all the categories. We have businesses in the toys industry, in the baby industry, clothing, supplements, toys. So Alibaba.com has been a huge part of our business because a lot of our clients use Alibaba.com to basically source their products. Essentially, we have used that from the very beginning, even myself on my business, to find suppliers. So the fact when I went to China and found out about this amazing new tool RFQ, I was actually surprised and very excited about it because I remember many years ago when I started my journey as a business owner, I had to do everything manually. I basically had to manually go on Alibaba.com, having to find the suppliers. But now the fact that with a few, keywords and a few different criteria, Alibaba.com can find the suppliers for me. That's amazing. So yeah, it's been an exciting journey.
Thank you. Thank you very much for using our Alibaba.com. Though I know Alibaba.com is popular overseas, but I'm still very happy to hear that. So I also know is very important as you are Amazon expert and you need to help your clients, your students to start their Amazon business and find the right or suitable suppliers and profitable products. So how do you select and compare to find the suppliers on Alibaba.com?
Yeah. So, of course, before having the opportunity of use the RFQ tool, the way I will go and compare suppliers is I will go and try to reach out to at least 20 to 40 suppliers in Alibaba's.com. So a lot of suppliers. And something I love about the platform is that you have a lot of filters, right? You can filter a supplier by using different criteria that Alibaba.com allows you to use. One of them is trade assurance. I always use trade assurance because I want to make sure that all my transactions are safe with my manufacturers. And the other thing I like to use as well is verify supplier because I know the Alibaba.com team has verified these manufacturers, and I'm basically working with some of the best suppliers in the space. Then another thing I like to use as well is the pricing, right? And let's say I have a price in mind and I have a some range I want to keep myself in between. That's something I will use to filter my suppliers. Then another thing I like to use is within the filters of Alibaba.com, you can choose which countries they have worked with in the past, which countries they have exported to. So let's say I'm selling in United Kingdom. I want to make sure I'm working with a supplier that has shipped to United Kingdom in the past. So most likely they have experience working with the market. They know the basically the certification, which by the way, certification is another thing I like to use on my filtering process. And then of course, if you want to get more and more methodical, there are so many extra filters you can use, like in the material, the model, um, eh, many things you can use to filter. So I think at the end of the day, what I do is I reach out to from between 20 and 40 suppliers. And then something I recommend to all my listeners is to make sure that once you reach out for the first time to your suppliers, you are very clear about what you're looking to get. Like, I'm looking to get this product, this is the amount of products I'm looking to get, this is my criteria, these are the things I'm looking to get out of this relationship. And then a quick way to then find out which is a good supplier to work with or not is how fast they reply back to you, right? If a supplier gets to you within 24 hours compared to another one that takes 1 week, then you already know which kind of supplier is the right person to work with. And then from there on, it's just a matter of how the relationship evolves based on the questions you ask them, based on the things they get back to you in terms of meeting your expectations or not. And from there, that's usually how I select my suppliers, and then I proceed to order my samples. Yeah. So that's usually my process. Yeah. Hmm.
Thank you very much. So as we can see, there are so many uh,
Steps.
dimensions of comparison when choosing suppliers. So comparison suppliers can be really troublesome. And I
Yeah,
also know some buyers use Excel to record
exactly.
and compare suppliers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of work, because you put everything on Excel, then you have to compare. So it's a lot of time that have to be used to
yeah.
find the supply. Yeah. Hmm.
Actually, our RFQ tool has a comparing page. Do you know that?
Mm.
There are
No, I
many
didn't know that.
information. There
That's
are
good.
many information about different suppliers and products. They are all collected in just one page, so you don't
Wow.
need to use Excel to collect it. Just uh, compare by yourself. We list all the information you may need. Yeah,
Wow.
it may contain like the advantages of the suppliers and its certifications and
Mm-hmm.
its product price and even its main markets. Many information
Oh,
is just collecting one place. So if you are interested in it, you can go to Alibaba and find the request for quotation and send up RFQ. Then you can see these comparison pages and don't need to use Excel anymore.
wow. Thank you. Thank you. So essentially, it's amazing, and because it's like now you have your own agent working for you. It's like RFQs now. You have your own agent, uh, helping you find all the suppliers and putting all the information in one page.
Yeah,
So I'm sure all the e-commerce sellers that are starting to use this tool is gonna be a savior in terms of time to make sure they can find the right supplier in Alibaba.com. Yeah.
so another question, if you want to find like customized or professional product, where will you go and what's the whole process? Like I know like Amazon private label seller
Yeah.
may need to find the customer customized product, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So essentially, when I want to find a customized product, of course, yeah, most of the people that will sell on Amazon, which is most of our audience today, they're going to Alibaba.com because they want to find an initial product idea, but then they want to customize on top of it. It could be because they want to add an extra design side of things, an extra color, or maybe a logo, or maybe something to do with branding, boxes, etc. Right? So when it comes down to customization, of course, the search for a supplier gets more complicated because not all manufacturers are open to do a customization on the product, or if they
yes,
do, they have a big MOQ, right? And then it becomes very expensive for you to do customization.
yes,
So when you want to do customization, unfortunately, the way it's been done to date is you need to reach out to even more suppliers because it takes a lot of time to find the right manufacturer that wants to the customization that you have in mind. That most of the time, if you wanna have a unique customization, not all manufacturers have the right machinery or they have
Mm,
the right process to do them. So that's the first thing. And then once you find the manufacturer have the right machinery and processes, then it's to make sure you find the right cost. Because if the product now is 2 or 3 times more expensive, then what's the point, right? So there is a series of processes that takes a ton of time. And therefore I'm sure that now with RFQ the process is much simpler, because before you had to do hundreds of reach outs to a manufacturer to find the right one when it comes to doing customization. Yeah.
you, it seems like you are really familiar with RFQ.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very interesting tool, and it's been a time saver already for many of my clients that have used it and explored it. And yes, it's been game changer, because before all the things that RFQ does for you has to be done manually. But now with with a few clicks and within a few days, you have all these in your hands that is is very important nowadays to be able to save time. Time is money, especially in e-commerce. So the faster you move to transition into a specific product and category, the faster is the highest is the chance for you to be successful, because you are first to market. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, as our RFQ has, you can just write down all the information about your customized product just in one form, and then it will be sent to many, and many suppliers will see it in our RFQ market. And besides, do you know, anyone quote for you need to pay money,
Wow.
which means uh, all the quotation you receive is really serious.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because
because
they have
they
skin in the
paid,
game.
they have to
They
pay
paid
money
for it.
for it. Yeah, they paid for it. So if you want customize some products, and you also want to find a serious, like a serious manufacturer or suppliers, you can try RFQ tool, because you just need to write down all the information in one form, and it will send to many suppliers, and they pay money to quote you. And is the people who can match your requirements that will quote for you. So it's much different from you reach out to suppliers and they
Yeah.
respond. If no, they cannot do it, and you just find the next one. It's not like this mode. It's just like
Mm,
you send one RFQ, and they see whether they can meet your requirements, because they need to pay money for it. So
that's good.
then the suppliers can meet your requirements to come to you, and you can see what's going on, and compare the price, and compare the suppliers, and then it will be much more easier.
That's great. Yeah, that's actually very interesting, because it's true. I mean, the fact that there is, money involved, like they're gonna make sure that if they reach out, if they're serious,
I
and
think
and
you
then
must
I'm
don't
gonna
know
waste your
it.
money.
Yes, they need to
Yeah,
pay for it. So it's is a more serious business market.
yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Very good.
So I've heard that your students and clients also use RFQ. Can you show me when they will use RFQ, and what they will use it to do something?
Yeah. So something that we've been using a lot lately is that, let's say a client wants to launch a new variation of their current product, and a better version, but sometimes that involves customization, right? And that's the thing that's being a huge time consumer for most people. So essentially, what some of my clients told me that they are already doing is, like, let's say they're taking all the reviews from the current listing or their competitor listings to understand what people are complaining about, what people don't like about the current product. They are building that by using AI, like a brief about what is people looking to get potentially on a better version of the product. And then they break down that in characteristics, like people want this type of color, this type of shape, this type of functionality, X, Y, and Z. And then they're putting all this into RFQ to see what kind of manufacturers could potentially provide this new version of the product. And some of them are already in talks with some manufacturers that, they're already into the sample process, that they're going to do a new sample to potentially see if that new version is going to be better than the current one. And it's been a game changer, because now before they thought it was something very difficult to do, because they didn't know how to get those ideas into connecting with the supplier, because before you had to do it all manually using Excel and all of that. But now, just by putting a few types and a few texts into basically the RFQ tool from Alibaba.com, automatically matches with the right suppliers, and is being great. So that's why I recommend everybody listening, watching this episode, that if you have right now a specific type of requirements or requests when it comes to suppliers, RFQ is going to make your life so much easier.
Yes, if you are, it's hard for you find a new product or a customized product, then you can put all the information in one RFQ tool or one RFQ form and then send it out to suppliers. Then you'll see who can make this product.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Now I also know that there is a new feature in RFQ. I think it has to do with images, right? That's very interesting.
Oh, yes, yes.
So can you tell me a little bit about that one? Because I'm sure people is gonna find that one interesting as well. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Is if you write down like the product name and some description about the product, and then it can automatically generate the description about the product, and
Okay.
also the image about the product.
Wow.
So you are not going to like what the product I want. I'm going to find some pictures on internet. No, you don't need to do it like that. You just need to write down the product names, write down some information about your product, and then click the generate button, and then it will automatically generate the detailed
Wow.
information and the product image. So you will see whether this image is okay. If it's not okay, you can generate it once again until you find the product you want. So then
Wow.
you can just use the detailed information that RFQ generates and the picture it generates, and then uh, all the information in one form, and then send it to suppliers, and then they know what do you want.
Wow.
I think
That's
it's,
amazing. So
yeah.
essentially, that's very useful, especially if you have an idea that you're not able to find an image online, or it's a different shape or something that you've never seen before. And Alibaba.com allows you to create like a sample 3D version of an image to showcase to your supplier, right? Something like that, essentially.
Yes,
Wow.
and even you want to, and even is a product maybe not that new, but you just don't want to find the picture. You can also
Yeah, yeah.
automatically generate it, and you see, oh, this is okay. No, this is not okay, and find the picture you want, find the product you want, and then choose it. It can
Wow,
also be okay.
good. And this feature is already available, right? Or is gonna be available soon?
Yeah, it's already
Okay,
available, and
nice.
especially for like some clothes and some
Yeah,
like something about beauty.
yeah, very
And
nice.
especially in some categories, we can do better in these categories. So you can just come to Alibaba.com and just have a try by yourself, and then you will see this feature.
Very good, very good. In fact, another thing that I forgot to mention is that when you use the RFQ tool,
Mm.
you of course can type keywords, but you can also upload documents,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
When
yeah. Of course, of course.
and that is very good because sometimes you have a document from your site internally, or you have an
Yeah.
image of your current
Yes,
product,
yes.
and that makes it
Yes, you're
much
right.
easier. Yeah.
Yes, and we have some like user which
Mm-hmm.
is very professional buyers. They want to find some product very professional, and
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to find if you just search. But if you use RFQ, you can put the detailed information about the professional product. So you just need to upload the file
Mm-hmm.
that is connected with your like your work and your product, and then um, the professional suppliers will see the product, and then they know what you want. Then it will save a lot of time. You don't need to communicate. You can, they will know it at the beginning, so they will know
Yeah.
like, oh, this is this number, this is that number, and whether I can do it or I cannot, they'll see on the fire, in the fire. So
Yeah.
it make them can double check what you want, and the detailed information. So I think is it's really different from other ways. For example, you just to find the product, and
Mm-hmm.
screw your phone and just find it. It's
Yep.
just different because you can add more professional details on it.
Awesome. That's very nice. And as a last question for you, Scarlett, for everybody listening and watching this, like how people can start using RFQ, like where they need to go, what are some of the requirements? So in case somebody wants to, start using it right now, what are some of the
Okay,
criteria?
okay. You just need to open like Alibaba.com, search it, and open the Alibaba.com official page, and then you can see request for quotation in the first page. In the first page, you just click request for quotation. Is
Mm-hmm.
big three words. Request for
Good.
quotation. Just click this one and just to choose the product you want, or write the information about the product, and then send one RFQ. Then you can try it, and compare and choose the right suppliers.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, Scarlett, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. And from the very first moment when I met you in China, I knew like this tool was going to be a game changer. And that's why I wanted to have you here and showcase all these amazing, things that RFQ can bring to the table from Alibaba.com. So thank you so much for being here. I'm sure this is going to be the first of many episodes because this tool is going to get better and better. And I'm sure many more
Yes, yes.
features are going to be
And
released.
I'll give you a link. And I'll give you a link. You don't need to go to alibaba.com. You just your clients or your fans just need to click the link, and then they can send RFQ.
Awesome. I'm going to make sure to put the link, guys, all the listeners and the ones watching down in the description so you can make sure of use the new RFQ tool from Alibaba.com. And is there anything else, Scarlett, you want to say before we end?
No, thank you. Thank you very much. And it's like 9 a.m. in UK.
Yes, it's very early for me, so
Very
it's
early.
been a
Thank
great
you.
start
Thank
for
you
me of
very
the week.
much. Thank you very much. Hope you have a
thank,
nice day. Thank
thank
you.
you, Scarlett. So see you
Thank
in the
you.
next one. Bye bye.
See you
Take
next
care.
time.
Bye.
Bye bye.